The loose page thing started probably before I was really using the digital format too much. In that it was just exactly that, loose scraps and pages, unbound. Probably that happened because I was just very bad about the discipline of keeping a journal. And I always found myself catching stray thoughts on little bits of piece of paper. Excuse me, allergies. Here and there. Because I really started to concentrate on thought catching while I was commuting back and forth to work for so many years. And I just found that I had all these journals with like 3 or 4 pages filled in, and then I would start another one, or I would have notes and sketches on envelopes and the backs of, anything, shopping lists. So in the end, what I did was I just started to collect them all and put them in a box. And I even tore out the pages that I wrote in bound journals and stuck them there because I just couldn't find any natural order for myself. And then, I would kind of rumble through those pages for ideas now and then. And I'd bring them back up and add to them and then throw them back in the box. But, then I started photographing everything. And, that changes things a lot because a photograph can be altered and manipulated and collaged. But you also have the original that hasn't been touched. Over time, I just realized that I would photograph everything that I either drew or wrote down. In this way, they started to become loose pages, but they were also stored on the computer, which made it much easier for me to find things. So the process itself is really a combination of hand recording and digital recording. And what I started to do is I thought, okay, it would really be great because of the computer being such a great tool for indexing, which I can talk about later. I started to save all these photographs of these loose pages and then bring them up and write over them digitally. And then I started to create sort of a database of these things, sort of like a blog in a way, where I could continually alter them and save them all in a form where you could see the original and then what was added to it. And what this did was it created this kind of liquid, ever-changing manipulation of thought. So really what I've got here now is, of course, I've got a collage of a lot of the images from the blog itself that had to do with writing and words. And then I did a little doodling today where I was just fooling around with that idea of the little moons that had shown up in the words. And then to the right of that, I just took that image, pulled it out, and then wrote writing is connecting symbols in there because it was a thought that I had that came later than the actual doodle itself. And then continuing with that, I thought I would act on it. I took a photograph of some of the things that I dyed yesterday in the indigo vat, and I actually just used my mouse and a paint program to write over that photograph. So this is the process. It's kind of an interactive image process that I'm using, combining it with writing and ideas. And I've collected so much in this format. That's the loose page thing that I'm putting together eventually to index my own thoughts as a creative tool, which I hope to share soon over at Feel Free as a big unit. So anyway, what I ended up today with was this idea that kind of connects writing with the component system that I use to build cloth. And I guess my final thought today is that writing can kind of connect. Well, let me say that writing itself connects symbols. Letters are symbols. So if I extend that to the component system that I'm using, then the way I create is a lot like writing. I connect these symbols, these personal symbols, to give them meaning.